Hey everyone, welcome back to Rather Be Visin. I'm Sam, and today I've got a top Tableau tip for you. So, we all had it, right? We've built out a chart, we've used a parameter to be able to change which measure we're looking at, but our axes on our chart look pants because it's pulling through that calculated field name that we're using. Well, thankfully, you can now use dynamic axis titles to be able to change that on the fly. So let's get into the build and have a look at what it looks like. So to start off with, I'm going to build out my parameter and my calculated field in order to allow me to switch between what measure I'm looking at. So I'm going to come into the drop-down menu here and create parameter. And I'm going to call this measure select. And it's going to be a string. And I'm going to allow a list. I'm going to have sales and I'm going to have profit. Click OK on that. So I've got my measure select down the bottom. Now I'm going to create my calculated field. So I'm going to call this measure selected. And I'm going to do a case statement here. I'm going to bring in my parameter and I'm going to say when sales, then sum my sales. And when profit, then sum my profit. I'll end that and hopefully Tableau will tell me it's valid. It is, good news. Click OK on that. I'm going to bring that into my view here and then I'm going to bring in my order date and let's have that as months. So here you can see exactly what I was saying earlier. So we've got our month of order date across the bottom, that's right. But then over on the left hand side here, we've got C measure selected. That is the field that I've made. Now just to make sure this is working as expected, I'm just going to show my parameter. I'm going to switch between sales and profit and you can see lovely stuff, our chart is changing. So this is a really good way of allowing the end user to pick what they want to see and you only have to have one chart on your dashboard rather than the two. But as I said, our axis still a bit pants. It's still just saying C measure selected. So we could get around this by right clicking and editing our axis, taking that out and just maybe including it in the title. But if we want to include it on the axis, what we can do is we can right click and we can edit our axis. And down here, where we've got axes titles, we can choose to actually use a value and we're going to use it from measure select. That's our parameter that we set up. So if I select that, you can now see straight away it's changed to profit. And now if I change my measure select back to sales, it's going to change to sales. So dynamic axis titles are really powerful in order to allow you to still include the measure name in your axis if you're using parameters to choose which measure you're showing on your chart. Hopefully you find that useful. If you find another use for it, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.